Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the podcast, Learn English with Tom. I'm so happy you're here today. If you're just starting to learn English or want to get better at listening to English conversations, this episode is perfect for you. We're going to talk about how listening to English conversations can help you improve your language skills, and I'll give you some easy tips on how to get started. Plus, we'll learn some new words and put them into practice with a fun story. So let's get started. Listening to conversations is one of the best ways to improve your English. When you listen to people talk, you can hear how words are used in real life. You also learn the correct way to say words and understand the rhythm and flow of English. But sometimes, it's hard to understand everything, especially if people are speaking fast or using new words. Don't worry, in today's podcast, I will guide you step by step. Here are some tips to help you listen better. Start simple. Begin with easy conversations. You can listen to dialogues made for English learners. Podcasts, short videos, or simple audio lessons are great for this. Listen actively. Don't just listen to the words. Try to understand what they mean. Pay attention to the tone and how people express their feelings. Repeat and practice. Play the conversation more than once. This helps your brain remember the words and how they are used. You can even pause the audio and try saying some sentences yourself. Use subtitles or transcripts. Sometimes it's helpful to read along while you listen. This will help you match the words you hear with the way they look when written. Practice with a friend. If you have a friend who's also learning English, listen to conversations together and talk about what you've heard. You can practice speaking after you listen. Remember, it's okay if you don't understand everything at first. The more you listen, the more your ears will get used to the sounds of English. Over time, you'll start understanding more and more. Now, let's look at 5 words from what we talked about that will help you as you listen to English conversations. I'll explain each word and give you an example sentence. Let's go. 1. Conversation, meaning when 2 or more people talk to each other. Example, I had a conversation with my friend about our weekend plans. 2. Improve, meaning to make something better or to get better at something. Example, she listens to podcasts every day to improve her English. 3. Active, meaning doing something with focus and energy, not just watching or listening passively. Example, you need to be an active listener to really understand the conversation. 4. Practice, meaning to do something regularly so you can get better at it. Example, if you practice speaking English every day, you will improve quickly. 5. Understanding, meaning knowing what something means or being able to make sense of it. Example, at first I didn't understand much, but after listening carefully, my understanding got better. Now, let's use these words in a short story. This is a story about 2 friends who are trying to improve their English by listening to conversations. Let's see how they do it. Story: The Journey to Better English. Maria and John wanted to improve their English. They knew that listening to conversations would help, but they weren't sure where to start. One day, Maria found a podcast made for beginners, and they decided to listen to it together. Let's listen carefully and be active listeners, Maria said. John agreed. They both sat down, put on their headphones, and started listening to a simple conversation. At first, they didn't understand everything, but they didn't give up. They listened again and paused after each sentence. If we practice like this every day, we will improve, John said. As the days went by, they listened to more conversations. Their understanding of English got better. They even had a conversation with a tourist at the park. It felt amazing to talk in English and understand the other person. Their journey to better English was just beginning, but they knew they were on the right path. That's it for today's podcast. I hope you found these tips and the story helpful. Remember, listening to conversations is a great way to improve your English. Keep practicing, and soon you'll understand more and more. In our next episode, we'll talk about speaking in English with confidence, so don't miss it. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.